Hello and welcome back to the Accessible PDF video series. This video is a demo showcasing the two different approaches to automated accessibility tests within Adobe Acrobat. On the screen, we are looking at the file that we exported from Microsoft Word in the introductory video. The first way to test your document is with the Accessibility Check tool. So open up the Accessibility option on the right-hand toolbar and then choose Accessibility Check. This brings up a dialog where you can choose which of the accessibility criteria you are testing against. I don't know why you wouldn't test against all of them, so let's leave all the default options checked and then choose Start Checking. This tool runs in an instant and it returns the results for your review on the left-hand side of the screen. Issues are divided by, I guess, type of content. I see that there are two issues under document and one under alternate text. I deliberately gave this document a couple errors for demo purposes, so this is no surprise to me. First, let's look under alternate text. So most of these checks are good. Most of these items have green check marks next to them, and they don't require any attention. But I see that one item, this figure needing alternate text, has failed. So let's go ahead and see what's going on there. It looks like both of these figures failed. I have two images on this slide, the logo, and then this picture of the Oregon duck. And you can actually highlight them by choosing the item and the sidebar. Let's see, right click on an item and you'll see some options. If you want more information on what exactly is wrong, you can choose explain. This opens up an explanation of the error on Adobe's website. Now, I'm biased. I think their explanations are a little bit technical and jargony. I think that what I wrote on the digital accessibility website is better, but you can certainly review this information if you want to know a bit more about what went wrong. Most likely, though, you just want to fix these issues and get on with your day. So right click and then choose Fix. Oh, you also have the option to skip items. So if you know for certain that this is a false positive error, no automated tool is perfect, you can skip it. But don't lean on that too much. I compare it to ignoring the check engine light in your car. So if you're absolutely confident that it's no big deal, go ahead and skip it. But if you're not sure, it's worth choosing this fix option just to see what Acrobat says. So right now, I am addressing the University of Oregon logo, and there is no alt text. Now, logos, actually, they're always decorative figures, so we can just go ahead and flag this as a decorative figure, and we don't need to add alt text to it. Let's look at the other item. This one is not a decorative figure, so let's go ahead and add some alt text, and I will write the Oregon Duck doing push-ups at Autzen Stadium. Okay, now that both these images have alt text, save and close. And now we have a green checkbox. Now we're good. For some reason, this is red. I don't think it was red before. Oh, okay. So this is just telling me, hey, this image doesn't have alt text, which I know because I just did that. So this is a good use case for using the skip roll option. And now it's just going to have that yellow marker there saying, hey, make sure you didn't do anything dumb. Okay, let's open the other section up. I see. Okay, everything looks green. Everything has a green check mark except for these two: logical reading order and color contrast. And they both say needs manual check. The automated accessibility checker, it just isn't smart enough to know for sure whether these are correct or not. Um, does the document have a logical reading order and is there sufficient color contrast? So you'll need to go through each of these and confirm that they're correct, that they're accessible. I have articles for each of these on the digital accessibility website that explains these and all the other requirements in more detail. And that's it. If you address all the flagged errors and manually review the items that are required, this will be good to go. No automated accessibility tool catches 100% of errors, but this, broadly speaking, means it'll catch most of it. The other way of addressing these issues is with the Make Accessible wizard, and that is under Action Wizard and Make Accessible. The main difference between the accessibility check tool and the make accessible wizard is that the wizard will walk you through each step and ask you to explicitly confirm the accessibility information. So whereas the accessibility check will look and see, hey, is there a title to this document? Then it will flag it as an error if there isn't one. The Make Accessible wizard actually opens up a dialog box that essentially forces you to look at the document title and either confirm that it's correct or correct it on the spot. You can see the full list of items that the wizard walks through here on the sidebar. And the last step is actually a full accessibility check test. Though by the time you get to this step, you should have already made any necessary fixes, so that test should come back clean. So let's just actually before I do that, there's one important note that I want to make about the Make Accessible wizard. One of the steps is to perform optical character recognition, or OCR. I talk about this in another video, but what this does is if you have an image of text, it will try and parse out what that text actually is. This will override whatever text you already have on your document. So here I have real text already since I exported this from Microsoft Word. And if I run this tool, it will override this real text with the auto-generated OCR text. And whatever I have on here is going to be more accurate than what the software spits out for me. So you probably want to turn this off before running the Make Accessible wizard. Very simple. Right click and then skip this step. And if you forget, you can always just close this wizard when you're halfway through. So it's not like you click start and if you forget you've ruined your document. But that is a reason why you should always make sure to save this document frequently as you're working on it. Okay, so hit start, and then it's going to walk me through all of these steps. It tells me where I am in the process by highlighting the current step in blue. So it's asking me to verify the title. I think this is good accessibility demo file. If I wanted to change it, just uncheck leave as is, and then I can actually edit the text. But I think it's good. It's going to walk me through the next step. Is it intended to be used as a fillable form? No, so I can go ahead and skip. Verify the language. Language is English. That is correct. And then it's going to verify the alternate text. And I just fixed it earlier in this video, so there's no problems there. And then it's going to go ahead and run this accessibility check, which should look very familiar because it's the exact same thing we did previously. And it has the same complaint about the decorative flag for the logo. And these things still require logical reading order, but there's no other issues. So there we go. So we're done with the automated accessibility tools. Just to recap, the wizard, it holds your hand a little bit more. It might require a few more clicks, but it's a little bit easier to make sure you don't accidentally overlook anything. Ultimately, though, either option is fine. It's truly just a matter of preference. And by the time you've gone through either approach, the only thing left to do is go through the tags and the reading order of the document. And I walk through how to do this in the next video. So I will see you there, and thanks for watching.